Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another plan with me, because what else would we be doing, right? It's Monday. It's in my normal planner. It's using one of my kits, one of the new kits that's printed on the new paper that is oh so glorious and so much better than the last paper. And you're probably like, what? It couldn't get better than the last paper. Oh, yes it can. Yes it can. So we'll get into that here in just a minute, because we're gonna plan. I'm gonna skip the week of Valentine's Day because I want to get this closer to spring and I wanted to use it. I mean, maybe we should put it in March. What do you think about that? Should we just go ahead and move forward into March? Like, ooh, maybe that's what we'll do. I'm thinking hard. Do we move it into March? I think we do. I think we're going to move it into the second week of March. We're in a plan now. Change of plans. Like how that one works. March 6th through March 12th is what we're going to do. And I'm going to use this kit on the new paper. So, but before we do that, let's take a look at how this last week has turned out. So it is currently Saturday. I've gotten a lot of stuff done today, and then I'll obviously put down Sunday's plans in a little bit. The only thing that I know that I really do every single day is emails. This is my shop planner, so I have a general idea, like I have my major to-do list, but then it gets put on each day, and sometimes things that I've known that if I put it down on a day, it doesn't ever get done. That's why there's nothing out on there just yet. Okay, and then the week before to finish it out, because last week I hadn't finished all that out. Look at how beautiful it looks. With the character stickers. And guess what I finally added here? The character stickers, which I'm loving. The only one was that one right there. Didn't need to put anything because I was supposed to film that day, but yeah. So, okay, so let's talk about paper for a minute. So I have been on the hunt for a better premium matte paper for a while now. So it is not any secret that the paper that we have, oh gosh, that just peeled so nicely, that the paper that we have been using has some issues with cutting. Okay, it's not a secret. A lot of shops use this paper and the issues are just there. I have been a customer of this specific company and you've used this paper for 6 years, I want to say, or really close to 6 years, but I do want to say 6 years. Excuse me there. And over the course of the years, they've gone through some changes. They've gone through, I don't know if they've changed manufacturers of the paper or whatnot, but once the pandemic hit, you could definitely tell there was some changes happening. And it has just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And with my last batch, I noticed that I was getting mixed batches. Some paper was thick, some paper was thin, and it would exacerbate the issues of cutting that we were having. I had finally found like a pretty good medium, you know, I mean, I changed my blades more than I probably are required to. I'm constantly changing mats and literally having individual cut settings for 10 machines, which takes up time. Takes up a lot of time. So I started doing some research and finding and testing a whole bunch of papers, and you know, I've got friends that gave me recommendations as well, and finally settled upon this paper, and I am so happy with it. It is it cuts like a dream. It is still that very buttery smooth paper, because we're not getting rid of buttery smooth paper. That is here to stay. And I don't like the glossy vinyl type paper, so we don't do that. We do not do that kind of paper. So it had to be exactly like what our last paper was, but better. And I found it, and I'm using it, and I am so happy with it. Steve has been cutting, and when he was cutting on the old paper, I mean, he's learning how to cut on the old paper, and it's like, okay, this is for the birds and stuff. And then he was gone for a couple of days this last week, and I did some cutting on the new paper, and I was like, oh, like I'd done test cuts on it and stuff to make sure that it was going to cut on there, but to like actually do like an actual 2-hour cutting evolution and stuff where all of your machines could possibly go awry. Oh my gosh, it was a dream. It cut so beautifully. I want to say our mistakes dropped drastically. And just I'm so thrilled. It pills up better off of the release paper. Oh, it's just, you guys are gonna love it. You guys are gonna love it. The color payoff is 100% there, because there are things that I will not sacrifice about when it comes to paper, and one is the color payoff. If we cannot have good color payoff, we are not going to be using that paper. That's just the end of it. So my number one thing when I was looking for new paper is the color payoff there, and the color payoff is totally there, you guys. I'm not yanking any chains, because I don't like yanking chains. I mean, it just peels up so nice. And I know you guys know what I mean. Every once in a while with that paper, it sometimes sticks. It's a little bit sticky to the release paper and doesn't wanna move up. And you're kind of like, and it gets frustrating. Trust me, I'm right there with you. And stuff. This one does not. It is such a dream to work with. So yeah. So this kit, because this was the last release in our new releases. So our other new releases will still be on the original paper. I'll just say it's the older paper. Obviously everything that we still have on stock, but kits moving forward and restocks will start to be on the newer paper. So they're very comparable in color payoff and stuff. You'll notice, you know, if you get one of the older papers, you'll or the original paper, you'll notice that it is, you know, like yeah, this is a little different. But they are super comparable. I just wanted something that cuts better, because cutting takes up a vast majority of our time. And I just don't want to deal with with stuff that doesn't cut correctly. Okay, let's see if I have this deep purple. I mean, it's not a horribly deep purple, so I'm thinking we could probably find something pretty comparable to it. But let's take a look-see, and I'll tell you a little bit about what Steve has been doing. So Steve has been learning how to cut on the machines. So he is really becoming our labor manufacturing aspect. It has freed up a ton of time. Okay, that's too dark of a purple. That's gonna be too off. Okay, but if I have to do it, I can do it. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna commit 100% to that. Okay, that's too dark. So he is really kind of taking on the whole manufacturing aspect of like cutting and assembling planners and printing planners and that kind of stuff. Whereas I am doing a lot more social media. I'm obviously the designing, the printing, the packaging, you know, all of that stuff. So we really have kind of found a little bit of our groove. That one might be better. Okay, let's see. And it has been so nice to have him here. Oh, I think this one's gonna work out even better. Yep, that one's gonna work out. Which one? Yeah, that one's gonna work out even better. Perfect. May 2022 for the win. All right. I saw that color and I was like, yes, that you are definitely right there on that shade area. You are perfect. So, so I've been teaching him how to cut and how to deal with these cranky machines, because they are, in a nutshell, they are cranky machines. We deal with them, we move on, and that's just how it works. So he has been doing that for me, and that has freed up a lot of design time. Like, I'm talking a lot of design time. So I've been able to focus some more aspects of things. I'm still waiting on my washi to get here, the one that had the mystery kit washi in it from last month. I have been told that it has been returned to them, so I am just waiting. It is Chinese New Year, so I am just waiting for confirmation that it actually is there. Okay, let's see, which one are we gonna start with? I kind of feel like starting with this guy. I'm not gonna color code. I don't want to color code. So, okay, we're gonna do that, and then honestly, to be honest with ya, that's just a little bit larger. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. Okay, let's go this. I think I'm gonna keep to more of the like switching patterns and colors and stuff like that. Although this is okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with it. At first I was like, I don't know if I'm okay with this. I'm fine with it. I am fine with it. I don't want green so much together, so let's pull this guy here. So yeah, so I'm still waiting on that washi. Like I said, it's Chinese New Year, so communication is a little bit more of a stretch in between communication times, because they are doing what they need to do over there. But I have the confirmation from the lady that was supposed to be receiving it, that she checked with FedEx and it has been returned to them. So fingers crossed that I can get some communication within the next few days so that we can just move on and have our washi. So yeah, but it's opened up a lot, which means this, by having Steve do cutting, it opens up just a lot more in terms of me being able to like do research for products, because I know that we've talked about it in the past, having different items in mystery kits. So, which this set of washi that comes up, I believe it has this next month and the following months. So I am kind of very on the edge of like, we are not going to be doing washi anymore after that. I'm not going to say 100%, but I am definitely right there on that edge of being like, okay, it's time to find some other things. And I have been doing a little bit more research and finding things that I actually really enjoy. You know, that I enjoy personally, like in my own planner stash, and that I would like to have and share and stuff. So yeah, it's just opening up a lot more aspects of everything. So can you just tell I'm just excited? I'm just excited, man. That's all. So, but yeah, he had a day today. He had a day today. That's for sure. Or he's like, Okay, so I guess I have to kind of back up and tell a little bit of the story. So we live in an older house, and my kids have never told me that when they're both taking showers on the other side of the house, that usually one of them is short on hot water, and it's usually the furthest bathroom away. Well, I told my husband today, I was like, go get in the shower. I'll go get in the shower, and then we can do breakfast and everything. And he's like, okay, cool. Like, I can do that. So he went to go get in the shower. I went to go get in the shower. I guess I stole a little bit more hot water from him. And then I came out and I thought he was done. And I started the dishwashers, which took all the hot water away. So he comes out and he's like, I'm cold. I ran out of hot water. And I'm like, how? You got in before me. Yeah. He was waiting for the hot water to warm up. So, oops, my bad. My bad. So yeah, he started his day off, obviously taking a cold shower, which is not pleasant to anybody. And it kind of carried over into this endeavor we call cutting. And he's been doing good. Like I said, there's learning experiences happening, but we're talking like cut settings, how to identify when something's going wrong, this, that, and the other. And then all of a sudden he's like, I need help. I messed up. Oh my gosh, what do I do? And he's like, never mind, I figured it out. And he's like, just like, my goodness. He's like, I'm just giving you all sorts of scenarios today. I was like, yes, you are. That is not far from the truth. That's for sure. Oh, which one was that? That was a solid. So let's go to a pattern. So he was giving me all sorts of scenarios today, which is completely fine because I figured the more scenarios he gives me while I'm here, the more comfortable he's going to get, the more confident he's going to get when I'm not here and he needs to do the cutting. So we're going to another round of applause for Mr. Steve Baldwin because he did good and he figured it out. And he has been able to figure out the cut lines because I went through starting right after Black Friday and started adjusting cut line colors so that he could identify them more easily. And stuff, and he's doing fantastic. He knows, what they need to be and everything. Okay, so that was patterned. So we're gonna be a solid. So yeah, I am. Oh nope, I don't want to do. Oh jeez, I don't really have a choice now on what I'm going to use. Well, this one is going to end up being that we'll just use another blue. So yeah, and the thing the thing that excites me the most about all of this is that it's not only going to free up time, but it's going to allow us to get onto like an actual decent restock schedule. Because unfortunately, when it just comes down to it, things get pushed to the side and stuff. And that's just kind of what happens. Things get pushed to the side. Okay, yeah, let's go this one. Things get pushed to the side. There's not much you can do about it because there's only so many hours in the day. So I'm actually really, really thrilled that we are going to be able to do an actual like restock schedule. That really, really excites me. So moving on up, making changes, doing things, and it's amazing. I have been in such a good mood, you guys. Such a good mood. And it probably is directly related to the mere fact that I'm not having to balance so many things on my plate. And that I am incredibly grateful for. So whether he wants to admit it or not, he has taken a lot off of my plate, and that has made me a much happier person. Not that I wasn't a happier person to begin with, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to be in a happy mood when you're constantly, this has to be done, this has to be done, this has to be done, get this done, get this done, get this done, and it's constant go, 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 and you don't have a chance to just breathe. And we make it work. But I have been just mentally, my headspace has just been so much better. It could also do with the fact that I'm probably drinking a lot more water too. So, you know, I mean, we'll give a little bit to here, a little bit to there, and credit over here, and credit over there. Yeah. So, alrighty, let's. Have you seen just how simple this has been? Like, it's just, everything's just gliding off. It's just making everything beautiful. I'm loving it. I'm so happy. Makes me happy. All right, I'm constantly losing. I cleaned off my filming table again. And I have all this space, yet I still want to just be like in this small crunch space. So I'm constantly forgetting where I place things when I do have the actual ability. And I don't know why I don't utilize this side of my table with the plant when I have my kits out and stuff. Okay, well, we're gonna put you down here because I wasn't expecting to have another color situation like this. Okay, so now we are back to pattern. What pattern do I want to use? I don't think it really matters. Both have blue, so let's go with this one. Oh, these colors, best springtime kit of the year. I said it. It really is. It is the best springtime kit of the year. I am loving the colors in this kit. The greens, the purples, this more cornflowery blue. Perfection, amazingness, absolute, downright, something you need to have. End of story. Wow, I just keep like alternating between which ones I'm going to use. Okay, so for the solid ones, I use the grid, which means for the pattern ones, I'm going to use these ones. Makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, maybe it doesn't, but it makes sense. It's the way that I just ended up grabbing things. It is what it is. All right, look, we're just like trucking along. Like, what? How does this happen? It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. So, a couple more things. Let's see. That was a pattern, so we're going to be on a solid. Perfect. And we need the checklist, which is the cornflower blue. Perfect. I'm fine with 2 shades of blue being near each other. Just kind of don't want to use the same color of shades. And there we go. Like, simple. Except now we have the sidebar. Sidebar always kicks my butt. We all know that. We all laugh about it. It's all fun and games and everything. I have been listening to my audiobook lately, which is really, really great. Which, let me know down below if you want to hear what book I'm reading at the current moment. It's not like I'm going to be able to like update you weekly with like a new book, because I don't get to listen all that often. I end up doing audiobooks because I don't have time to sit down and read a book. So I do audiobooks, and I usually end up listening to them when I'm like cutting, but since I'm not doing a lot of cutting, I don't know how this is gonna really go. Okay, let me see how I've done this with that. Okay, so we've got, can put some habit trackers. Oh, I didn't put a thing there. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna kind of just build this down. I think that's gonna be the easiest way. So, oh, I love this color combination. Makes me happy. But yeah, let me know if you want my, you know, what book I'm currently reading. And we can discuss it in next video. And, you know, because you guys in the Facebook group gave me tons of book recommendations, which I was like, oh yes. So I added them all to my wish list on Audible. We do not have a decent library here, so I'm not able to rent a lot of them. It is what it is. We're good. So I really love this pattern. This just speaking to me today. So this is what we're gonna do. And then let's see. I think we gotta bring some purple in here. I think we'll put this here. Okay. Perfect. All right, let me grab my scripts real quick so I don't forget, because like I said, this is what I have been using. I like tracking what audiobook and what podcast. Wow, that came out like really weird. Podcast, like that. The heck's wrong with me? Podcast. And so audiobook and podcast, I like tracking those during the week so that I know now that I listen to all of these. Although I did find another fantastic, it came up in my YouTube shorts, and I think I'm going to add her to my list of podcasts to listen to, because I was really, really inspired by her. And then, you know what? No, we won't do anything there. But yeah, you guys, the paper is amazing. Look at how easy that was. It was super simple, and it is buttery smooth. Let's see. It's smooth. As I put it in my Facebook group, it is so smooth. It's like a hot knife gliding through frozen butter. Oh yeah, that's how buttery smooth it is. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna clean this up here. If you enjoyed this plan with me, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed, and yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye now.